I was listening to this sermon from my church back home on Sunday, and my pastor said the answer to fear is a realization of God's presence with us. And after I heard that and was convicted, I went to a church where I am, and the pastor was talking about how we could live in our past failures or our past successes, making us boastful or either making us shameful, like we shame ourselves and what happened to us in the past, or we boasted in our successes and we don't let it go because we on cloud nine and we living with our head above everybody else. And both of those just combined, it reminded me of, I'm in college now, and if I tell you how much times I've been to college, I might laugh, but this is my third time in college. I dropped out twice, and now this is my third time here. And when I came here, I was just living in so much shame. This is my third week. I was living in so much shame because I'm like, God, is this really what you called me to? And I was shaming myself because I was like, okay, maybe I will fail this time. And I was just putting all these lies and thoughts in my head, but weren't from God. Because when we know that God's presence is with us, when we realize that, we wouldn't have fear. So I know that I'm not doing it on my own and in my own strength, but with God. So I just want to encourage you, if you're living in your past failures, like I was, and like how I have to battle to constantly remind myself that you are not a failure. If you're living in your past failures or even glorying in your successes and boasting about them, I just want to let you know that if you're boasting, to just come down and be with God. See what he has for you and the new thing that he wants to do, so you don't have to keep relying on the old thing to uphold you, and you could just rely on God to strengthen you and to lift you up, because he's the lifter of our heads. And if you're living in your past shame and your failures, just know too that God is the lifter of our heads, that he wants to show you what he can do and how his presence goes before you, so you don't have to live in shame or fear or regret or just look down on yourself, but you could look to Jesus and know that his presence is with you, that he will never leave you nor forsake you, and that he knows you and he knows why he sent you and why he called you. So don't be like me, just staying in fear and staying in shame. Just go out and live the life, and live life big and with abundance, like how God called you to. So that's my encouraging word to you. Just live the life that God called you to and run to him.